have the resources, you need courage. But before I say that, I need to recognize a guy who's not here. He's a very good friend of mine. He's also my new co-host on the radio, High 104.1 on Sunday mornings, and that's Rodney Hubbard. Rodney Hubbard gave me some direction in terms of what I need to do and how I need to be involved. So my good friend is not here, he's in D.C., but he is like my family. If Rodney wouldn't have told me to get involved and support this initiative, I wouldn't have gotten involved because I trust him more than I trust 99% of the people outside of my wife. So Rodney is my man. The next person I want to introduce, you're talking about just having some courage, having the ability to see a vision that wasn't your vision, but also understand what's best for our community. I mean, he took a lot of pressure on it. He took a lot of criticism about it. But I got to give him credit, man. He stood there right toe-to-toe, right in the middle of the ring and took some blows. But he saw and understood the vision. It's not about him. It's about the entire community of St. Louis City. And this guy right here, I really respect him. I think he's done an outstanding job throughout our community. And I'm a big fan of it. And I just want to say, Mayor Slay, you have a lot of courage, my friend. And I appreciate what you stand for, and I appreciate the vision that you jumped on board of this because you know what's best for this entire community. Now let me introduce our mayor, Mayor Francis Slay.
Well, thank you, DJ, and good afternoon, everyone. It's a real pleasure to join with all of you, the elected officials, appointed officials that are here, people who live in the neighborhood, and others who had a role in the past and will play a role in the future in helping make this development be a success. But before I say anything else, I want to thank Paul McKee and his entire team, and Midge as well, for his vision and for his all of his efforts to help us create jobs and opportunity and make St. Louis better. So I just want to thank you, Paul, for that. I'm standing in a place now that was here, probably occupied, I'm sure, back then when my mother was growing up just around the block here on 19th Street in the 30s and the 40s. And I brought my mom by here a number of times to show her what her old neighborhood looks like now, and she's very excited about the opportunity, I will tell you that as well. But I'm here to sign two board bills passed by the Board of Aldermen, Board Bills 218 and 219, part of the legislation required for McEagle and Paul McKee to begin a very big project. This is a first step, but an important step to make this development become a reality. And we all know that anything that's big and worth doing can also be very, very difficult. McKee's plan is only possible because of the accomplishments of dozens of other developers and hundreds of homeowners who have been working on other projects for the last 10 years, some of whom are here today. And it will only be finally possible if dozens of other developers, investors, and many other partners join with Paul in helping with this project. We are standing right now in front of the Clemens House, which is part of Paul's larger vision, but represents one of the plan's first development efforts. The Clemens House will undergo a $13 million rehab with the intent of bringing this 140-year-old mansion back to its original glory. The plan is for it to eventually, and ironically, be converted into a museum and seniors' apartments. Now, I'm not sure, but I would assume a young person came up with that idea. But this is more than simply renovating one building. It's a chance to bring, as I said, jobs and opportunity to a disinvested area in St. Louis. It's a chance to celebrate this neighborhood and to revive it. I hope that the people who work on this building will be able to walk or ride their bikes to their work site. I hope Paul's NorthSide project will employ many of the people who really know what it takes to make this neighborhood great, the people who live in it. I hope it draws interest from people who live in other places in our metropolitan area, and that they decide one day to live, work, or play here in North St. Louis. Most of all, I hope that the people who live here now continue to be proud of their neighborhood and work for its betterment. I want to thank you again for being part of this. There's a lot of work to do in the future, but as I said, it's worth doing, and we're going to need all your help. So thanks again. And I'm going to sign the bills.